it's Darcy Lecouvet reporting live at CES 2017. I'm here with a new friend of ours, Mr. Zack Zhang, who's the Vice President of Honor USA. And today we are just going to be talking about the Honor brand and about the newly introduced device, the Honor 6X. Pleasure to meet with you today, sir.
Great to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So talk to us about the Honor 6X and about what you guys are doing in the US in 2017.
Yeah, from the Honor 6X, this will be the first device we bring to the US market. Actually, we are as a new brand, we just come to here just for 1 year, because I still remember we bring the first device, the Honor 5X, to the US market, and then we bring the Honor 8 at August from San Francisco. And this is the third device, and also it's really just for a complete year after we launched in the US market. And for the past year, I think we make a good achievement as a new brand just introduced to the US market. Both Honor 5X and Honor 8 have a good sales result, and also is welcomed by the consumer and also by the media. Media gives us a lot of reward, and it's a great pleasure for that.
Well, congratulations on a very successful launch in 2017.
Yeah.
And honestly, we had to say that, we reviewed the device, we spent 3 weeks with it, and for its price point, with the camera, the battery life, and also how luxurious it feels in the hand, we were really impressed, honestly. So I have to congratulate you and your team for creating a really great device at a very aggressive price point.
Thank you. Because Honor is always focused on those points you are mentioned, like they have a very nice camera, especially the dual camera technology.
Yes.
We are bringing to the world for the dual camera from the Honor 6 Plus. It's a very long time ago, about 4 to 5 years already. We are actually the first one to bring a parallel bionic camera to the world, and we are already also focused on this technology. So you see that from the Honor 8, the Honor 6X, we all bring the dual lens camera to the US market. It's really great, especially for the young people. They can use this one to make a lot of different tricks to make the blue effect. And also this is why we think it's so important to bring this technology to a more affordable price level.
Exactly.
So because the young people, they are more willing to using this kind of thing to make tricks. This is amazing.
It's kind of playful.
And also, as you mentioned, we always have a very good battery life. As this one, I think that typically use 2 days, not a problem. This is thanks for the chipset and also the large capacity of the battery, and also the performance of this device is also great enough.
It's very, very fast.
It's
snappy.
very fast. You can play nearly all the games on the market.
Yes.
There's no problem on that. Yeah.
Okay. And so that leads me to the next segue, which is I have some good news for you and for Honor.
Oh, really?
Just don't act surprised. But anyway, we just would like to award you our Best of CES award.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
This is great.
This is an industry that's so highly competitive,
Yeah.
And I think that, like you said before, we're going to see a lot of brands really struggle in 2017.
Yes.
And that's because I believe that a lot of them have been on a path of stagnation, and they've kind of refused to really look forward and innovate. And that's not to say there aren't good manufacturers, because there are a lot of amazing manufacturers and amazing products out there right now. It just so happens that you guys are being very aggressive in the market. And so that leads me to the next question, is about the brand, defining the brand. Talk about for the brave,
Yes.
And I love all these slogans, double or nothing and everything. It's just very playful. And so we talk about young people, and you guys want to be different. You want to be kind of fresh, And
yes.
How do you plan to do that? How do you plan to let consumers know?
Firstly, we launched the Honor as a brand for the digital natives, for the young people. So we use our slogan to be for the brave. And ourselves is also say that be your own hero, to be brave. As a new starter in the US market, we are also as performance like a challenge to do everything maybe possible to win the market and try everything. So it's also ourselves. It's also represent the spirit, brand spirit. Be yourself, for the brave. And also we are trying to really understand the young people, the young generation's idea. So this is the biggest difference from us and the other brand. We open a lot of channels to listen to the consumer's voice, especially on the social network channels and also on the forums.
Yes.
So we open a lot of channels and we answer to them very fast. Like in the Facebook, we typically will answer all the questions by the consumer who leave a message on the Facebook page. It's very rare. Not a lot of brands are willing to do that.
So you're willing to pay attention to customers on a granular level through social media. That's very smart.
We're doing a lot of this kind of thing. And we also really seriously considering the consumer's advice. When they give some very good advice, and the majority of the community are thinking that it's right away, we will try to adapt that on our device, especially on the software part. And that's why when we begin our beta test with the Honor 8 on the Emotion UI 5.0 and also the Android Nugget, is really welcomed by the consumer. They join that quite closely with us, feedback a lot of good things to us, and we are also trying to adapt that to the new upgrading Emotion UI versions. Just coming soon. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a new brand, you know. I know you already enjoy a lot of success in China and in Europe, and the US is a very hard market to break into.
Yeah.
But I think that you guys have a lot of the right components to have very successful 2017, as evidenced by this beautiful device.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I will unlock it for you.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's so funny, you know, I observe my little cousins and stuff, you know, they're 15, 16.
Yes.
And the way they use the device, they're just so hard on it, you know. They all have power banks, you know.
Yeah.
From our testing, the battery life, like you say, it can last almost 2 days, you know. It's a 3,340 milliamp battery.
Yeah.
I mean, everything contained in this. It's kind of remarkable to think a phone like this, less than a year ago, would be over $500.
Yeah, I think
and now
so.
you're bringing it to the market less than half of that. So yeah, it's a really exciting time to be in this industry, and I'm really looking forward to working with you guys and seeing what we can do together. So, but yeah, it's like I said before, you know, with a lot of manufacturers, they stagnate a little bit, you know, they refuse to innovate and look at things fresh, you know, and look what happened to Samsung in 2016, you know, they went through a PR nightmare, and now they lost $17 billion of market value in a year because they kind of got stale, you know. So that's why it's really exciting to see a manufacturer like you know, try and make a new brand and have this commitment towards young people, because young people are the future, and they use devices a lot differently than our generation, you know, because we're old now.
Yeah, and also what you mentioned is very correct, and the smartphone industry is quite dynamic, and we need, if we want to survive and to win the market, the quality is always the most important thing.
Number one.
Yeah, we are, like George mentioned on the keynote of the Honor 6X, when we introduce a battery, we use at least 6 months to introduce just a battery. So it's a very long period, ensure that the battery have no problem. And for all the Honor device, before we launch, we're using 10,000 units just to do the test.
Wow.
After the test, we'll just bury it and we'll not to sell it again. So it's a huge invest for us.
A lot of quality
assurance. This kind of thing together can ensure that our device, when we are on the market, there's always have good quality. And at the same time, as you mentioned, we have a lot of things to invest on innovation to ensure the consumer can get the best things. And the young people like innovation, they will want to play more tricks. So this is what we want to bring to them.
That's right, absolutely. Well, I mean, we're not that old yet, but we know that the new generation of consumers coming up, 16, 18, you know, the post-millennials.
Yeah.
I mean, all the things in this device are going to really satisfy them. So, really excited to see what kind of tricks you guys have coming up for us in 2017. So.
So besides this one, and at the last year, December of 2016, we also introduced a new device. The name is Honor Magic in China market. That one is a AI-based smartphone. I think it's the first one in the worldwide. We launched that device. This device we cooperate with a lot of app companies in China and share with their data source together, and to make a decision on the device to help the consumer, to give them really AI help system in the market, and it's really a great success, and we get a lot of really good feedback from the media, from the consumers.
I was really surprised. The Honor Magic came out of nowhere, you know, and all of the people on our team and in the audience, people were like, get a device, you have to review this sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And I know it'll probably take some time before it can come to the US, but...
Yeah, as I mentioned, this device is by a cooperation with a lot of apps companies in China.
Big cloud.
In the US, we're also trying to build that kind of similar ecosystem in the US, but they still need a bit long time, as we just come to the US for 1 year. For this kind of a cooperation, we still need some time. But definitely, we're trying to bring this similar kind of a device in the US market in the future. Yeah.
Exciting. Yeah. Well, I want to say a big thank you for spending the time with me today, Zack.
Thank you. Thank you for the award.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
It's a great pleasure for us to receive that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right. It's Android Authority reporting live here with Zack Zhang, the VP of Honor USA, reporting live here from CS 2017. Signing off.